Hey everyone, welcome aboard! Today we'll talk about how to use the present simple. First, let's see when we should use it. We use the present simple when we talk about facts, things that happen repeatedly, or things that are always true. First, let's see how to use it in the affirmative. Here are some examples. I drink coffee every morning. She drinks coffee every night. As you can see, these two examples are things that happen repeatedly. They are habits. I drink. She drinks. This is the present simple. Why is it I drink and she drinks? Let's see it here. As you can see, when the subject is I, you, we, and they, there is no letter S at the end, but when the subject is he, she, or it, there's a letter S at the end of the verb. So, I eat breakfast, he eats breakfast. You eat, she eats. We, they eat. It eats. Again, when the subject is he, she, or it, we add letter S to the end of the verb. It becomes eats. More examples here. They start work at 7. We leave work at 5. He starts work at 7. She leaves works at 5. First, these examples are actions that happen repeatedly. They are part of your routine. So this is why we use the present simple. In the last two examples, starts and leaves, the verbs end in letter S, because the subjects are he and she. He starts, she leaves. Again, when the subject is he, she, or it, add letter S to the end. Now, with some verbs, ES is added for he, she, and it. Verbs ending in SH, CH, SS, X, Z, and O. Check out these examples. I go to school. He goes to school. He, the subject, is he, so we add S. The verb go ends in letter O, so we add ES, goes. Next example, I watch a movie. He watches a movie. Again, the subject is he. We add S to the verb, but since the verb ends in CH, watch, we add ES to the end, watches. One more example, I fix engines. She fixes engines. The subject is she. The verb ends in letter X. We add ES. I wash my face. She washes her face. The verb ends in SH. So when it's he, she, it, we add ES to the end. One more example. I cross the street. She crosses the street. The subject is she. The verb ends in SS. We add ES to the end. The alarms buzz at 10. The alarm buzzes at 9. The verb ends in Z. The alarm is it. We add ES to the end of the verb, buzzes. Again, when the verb ends in SH, CH, SS, X, Z, and O, we usually add ES to the end of the verb if the subject is he, she, or it. Now let's see the verb be. This verb has an irregular present simple form. Let's see the examples. I am a teacher. You are 30 years old. He is tall. As you can see, when the subject is I, the verb be is am, I am. If the subject is he, she, or it, the verb is, he is, she is, it is. When the subject is you, we, or they, the verb is are. You are, we are, they are. As in the examples here, I am happy. He, she, it is happy. You, they, we are happy. More examples here. I am a student. They are doctors. My mom is 45 years old. The two last examples are contractions. I am becomes I'm late for work. And he is becomes his Italian contractions. Now let's see with the verb have. Have is also irregular. The third person, which is he, she, and it, the verb becomes has. As we can see here, I, you, we, they have a house, but he, she, it has a house. He has, she has, it has. Some more examples here. I have a motorcycle. You have a brother. They have a child. He has a headache. Sarah has a coffee. Again, if it's he, she, or it, the verb used is has. He has, she has, it has. Well, now let's talk about the negative, when the present simple is negative. First, when the verb is the verb be. The word not is added after the verb. Let's see the examples. Affirmative, I am a teacher. Negative, I am not a student. As you can see here, I am, or he is, or you are, plus the word not, plus the rest of the sentence. I am not a student. He is not a student. You are not a student. Some more examples here now. You are not a cook, which can be contracted as you're not a cook, or you aren't a cook. I am not Spanish. The contraction is I'm not Spanish. He is not a teacher. Contractions are he's not a teacher or he isn't a teacher. Now, with other verbs, we use do not or does not before the verb. Check out these examples. I live downtown. I do not live downtown. She lives in the country. She does not live in the country. When it's negative, we add do not or does not. As you can see here, I, you, we, they do not work. He, she, it does not work. Some more examples. You do not have a car. He does not live downtown. Now the contracted forms. We don't study math. She doesn't work at night. Finally, questions. Questions with the verb be. We swap verb and subject, as you can see here in these examples. Affirmative, you are Indian. You, subject, are verb. Question, are you Indian? are verb, you subject. You swap. The verb comes first, as you can see in this example. Am I Nigerian? Is he or she or it Nigerian? Are you or we or they Nigerian? Some more examples here. Am I your friend? Am I on time? Is he Italian? Is she a doctor? Are they brothers? Where are they? As you can see, verb be, is, are, am comes first, and then the subject. It's verb subject when it's a question. Now, for questions with most other verbs, we use do or does before the subject. Check out these examples. Affirmative, you live downtown. Question, do you live downtown? Affirmative, she works here. Question, does she work here? As you can see, letter S is not at the end of the verb anymore when it's a question. Letter S is in the word does. Does she work? Work, no letter S, if it's a question. As you can see here, do I or you or we, they work? Does he, she, it work? Again, if it's I, you, we, or they, we use do before the subject for questions. If the subject is he, she, or it, we use does before the subject. Finally, some more examples here. Do you like pizza? Do they live in New York? Does she watch TV? Where does he live? These are some more examples. And that's it for now. Now this is your homework. These are affirmative sentences in the present simple. You have to turn them into questions and negative sentences. Okay? This is your homework. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to keep practicing. See you. Bye.